So the iPad Air 5 came out a couple of weeks ago, and since you clicked on this video, there's a good chance you picked one up. And if you're anything like me, you're now binge watching videos trying to find some cool accessories for your shiny new iPad. Well, you've come to the right place. I have an awesome list of gadgets you might want to add to your kit list. Let's ramble.
Hold up, place go wild when I pull up. They all on me like it wants.
Hey, what's up guys? It's great to see you all again. And if you're new here, I'm Patrick, and this is where I ramble about tech and other stuff. So yeah, the iPad Air 5 came out a few weeks ago, and it has some really nice upgrades. Most notably the M1 chip, which makes the iPad a very compelling alternative to the M1 iPad Pro. I did a little first impressions video not too long ago, and I'm currently having a lot of fun testing the iPad Air against the M1 iPad Pro, and I will be dropping that video in about a week. So if you're into that type of content, now is a great time to subscribe. I upload about twice a week, so plenty of fresh content coming your way. All right, enough of that, let's talk accessories. The first accessory might seem a little bit like a no-brainer, but I can't in good conscience do an iPad Air video without at least mentioning the Magic Keyboard. My iPad Pro lives in its Magic Keyboard. In fact, the Magic Keyboard was one of the main reasons I got interested in the 2020 iPad Pro in the first place. I think I was more excited about the keyboard than I was about the actual tablet, and of course that was also due to Apple hyping it up and telling us that your next computer is not a computer. Whether it's lived up to its expectations is a story for another day, but I can say that the Magic Keyboard is one of the best, if not the best keyboards I've ever used. And I don't mean best keyboard cases, I mean best keyboards, period. I just love the way the keys feel. It's just a great overall typing experience. So yeah, for me, getting the Magic Keyboard for the Air was a no-brainer. I did get the white one this time because I got a little tired of the black, and I think the white looks fresh. The question, of course, is how long it will remain fresh, and if it's anything like its black counterpart, yeah, I see a lot of wet wipes in my immediate future. Anyway, there is a downside to the Magic Keyboard, and that is the hefty price tag. And since the moderate price point of the iPad Air 5 compared to say the 12.9-inch iPad Pro is one of its main attractions, I can totally understand some users not wanting to shell out that much for a keyboard. In that case, there are plenty of alternatives if you still want to use the iPad Air in a desktop kind of setup. My absolute favorite stand for the iPad is the Magflött by Chargin. If you're an OG to the channel, you may have seen this stand before. I did review it when it was still in the pre-production phase, which was pretty funny. I got parts sent from different parts of the world so I could put it together at my kitchen table to show it to you guys, but it already looked great then, and I'm so happy they came out with a production model now, not only for the iPad Pro, but also for the iPad Air, and man, did they do an awesome job on the execution. The design language, the packaging, even the unboxing experience just screams Apple. And I'm genuinely stoked to see this because the people behind it are so nice. The name Chargin comes from Charlie and Jen, and it's kind of a play on words of charging. Anyway, the stand comes disassembled, but it's dead easy to put together in a couple of minutes. And what you have then is the most beautiful, sturdy base for your iPad. I mean, look at this thing, it looks amazing. I actually caved and ordered the new studio display from Apple, and I can't wait to see what this stand will look like side by side next to the studio display. I mean, this kind of makes the iPad look like a little studio display. And with sidecar and universal control, oh man, killer combo. Anyway, if you're looking for a stand, just stop looking and get this one. It's awesome. If you're gonna use your iPad on a stand, you obviously gonna wanna add a keyboard, and I have a really cool one here. I did feature the NuFi 60 Air in one of my iPad mini videos recently, so if you saw that, feel free to skip this part, but according to my YouTube analytics, only a very small percentage of people watching this video are subscribed, so there's a good chance you haven't seen this. So let's check it out. So it's called the Air 60, and it's called that because it's a reduced size keyboard at 60% of the full size. I love the way it looks, and the size is just perfect for a portable keyboard. It's a mechanical keyboard, which makes a very nice typing experience, although you do need to be aware that it will be making a lot of noise, much more than a Magic Keyboard. You can choose between the Gatoron red, blue, or brown switches, and you can order extra Coast keycaps for just about 10 bucks. The folio case, which I might actually like even more than the keyboard itself, will be included, and you can actually use this case to prop up your iPad for typing, which basically turns it into a portable mini desk setup, which is a great quick solution when you're on the go and you're obviously not bringing something like the Magflött. I don't know, I like innovative little gadgets like this. Of course, you can use it with lots of other devices as well, both Mac and Windows. There's actually a little switch on the back that lets you switch between Windows and Mac. and you can connect it both wired and via Bluetooth. The keys and switches are hot swappable and backlit for you RGB lovers. NuFi sent this to me as a preview to try out and review it for you guys, but the NuFi Air 60 went on pre-sale starting March 29 for 1 month. It costs $109, but not for you guys because NuFi was kind enough to offer a 10% discount for my viewers. So if you use the code Patrick, you can get this keyboard at a reduced rate. Obviously, we need to keep our iPad juiced. And to do this, we have two solutions, one for your desk and one on the go. For desktop charging, I really like this one by Baseus or Baseus. I'm never really sure how to pronounce it. I've used some of their stuff before. They make high quality products that don't break the bank. So this is a 65 watt GaN charger. And if you don't know, GaN stands for gallium nitride, which is a material that produces far less heat, which makes it possible for these chargers to be this small. There isn't a lot of space needed for heat dissipation, which is why I like these so much because they have a very small footprint on my desk. I like to stick them on my desk with a command strip or something and just leave them there permanently. It has 2 Type-C chargers and 2 USB-A ports, which means you can charge pretty much anything on your desk, including most laptops. So if you're looking for a cheaper alternative to your Apple chargers, definitely check them out. Another way I use my iPads is for handwriting. I really enjoy taking handwritten notes when I can. There's something about it that makes me remember stuff better. And also I feel like it's less intrusive when you're in a meeting. It's a psychological thing. When you're meeting someone and you're taking handwritten notes, they'll feel like you're really listening. Whereas when you're typing, they may feel like you're actually doing something else. Anyway, iPads are great note-taking devices and the iPad Air is no exception. It's got a really nice size and of course it is compatible with a 2nd gen Apple Pencil, which is fantastic because that means I can use my Apple Pencil between all my iPads now. All I have to do to switch is snap them onto the side of whatever iPad I want to use and boom, it's paired and ready to go. What I don't like about the Apple Pencil is the hard tip. It makes writing directly on the glass surface feel slippery. So one of the first things I do when I get an iPad is order a Paperlike screen protector. And thanks very much Paperlike for sponsoring this video. Paperlike is more than just a screen protector. It mimics the feeling of writing on actual paper. You get more control of the pencil when writing, sketching, or drawing due to the paper-like resistance and roughness. It makes your handwriting look much prettier. It also drastically reduces glare and fingerprints. But because of the nanodots technology, it doesn't make your screen look grainy. So if you're like me and you like to take handwritten notes on your iPad, Paperlike is a must-have. Every order includes a set of 2 Paperlike covers and application accessories. They offer worldwide shipping, so if you want to try it for yourself, there's a link below the video along with the links to all the other products you see in the video. Now, if you need even more friction, you can combine your Paperlike with one of these pen tips. They're actually called Pentips. You can order them in all kinds of colors. You can even custom make your own box of pen tips on their website. These are useful if you're an artist and you want to have a lot of resistance to your pencil, or if you like that really stiff feeling when you're writing. I use them off and on. I have my Paperlike on there all the time, obviously, and sometimes depending on what I do, we'll add one of these guys. And they look kind of cool, especially this orange one. If you're into drawing or you like writing at an angle, I can recommend the Compass Pro by 12 South. This has been in my arsenal for a long time now, and I've shown this in many of my videos, so I won't dwell on this today, but what I will say is that this has been one of my favorite all-time portable stands for any iPad. For charging on the go, I really like this Quattro wireless power bank by Satechi, not just because it's a sleek looking 10K milliamp power bank. I mean, there are plenty of those around, but this one has a few extra tricks up its sleeve. It has both USB-A and USB-C, but it's also a wireless charger for things like your phone or your AirPods, and it has a dedicated Apple Watch charger. So this really is a perfect all-in-one charging solution when you're on the go. Also, it has battery indicator lights, and that might not seem like a big deal, but it kind of is. There are still so many battery banks out there that don't have it, and I don't understand why. It is so frustrating not knowing how much juice is left in your battery. Now you just press on the button and you'll see if you need to charge it or not. It's the little things. And while we're on the subject of being on the go, I have to include my favorite dongle / SSD, which is the Acasis Hub. I've shown this thing a few times and I will show it again because this is one of the few things that have dropped into my tech bag and it's gone with me everywhere ever since. It has all the ports you could possibly need, including SD and micro SD, including HDMI, even an Ethernet port for that fast internet. it's all there. But by far the coolest thing is that this is also an SSD enclosure for NVMe memory. So you can stick an internal SSD drive in here that, by the way, is generally far less expensive than dedicated external SSDs, and you basically turn an internal SSD into an external one that you can take with you and switch between devices. I've made a dedicated video on this thing some time ago, so no need to go into too much detail here. You can just go watch that video. All I can say is do yourself a favor and pick one of these bad boys up. Now, obviously, you're gonna need something to put all that stuff when you're traveling, which is why I always try to feature one bag for these iPad accessories videos, and I found a really interesting one for you this time. Actually, this company reached out to me and asked me if I wanted to have a look at their stuff. If I like it, I can show it to you guys. If not, then not. Well, guess what? I like it. Not because it looks so great. In fact, it looks kind of boring, but it's what's inside that counts, right? And inside we have a magnetic modular system. So basically you have this bag as a base, which holds a laptop and at least one tablet. It's well built and it has plenty of padding, but from there it becomes modular. So it comes with a couple of these mesh inserts that are magnetic. So when you stick them into the sleeve, they snap to the sides and stay in place. It comes standard with a couple of them, but you can order ones that might suit your needs better, so you can always swap them out depending on the purpose of your trip. I think it's pretty nifty, and with all the little tech knickknacks us nerds like to carry around, these things come in very, very handy. Guys, if you made it this far into the video, I salute you. And please, if you did, type salute in the comments so I know who you are. If you enjoyed the video, please give it one of these. It really does help. Subscribe for more content. Thank you so much for watching, and see you in the next one.